Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to a very different video as we take a look at the WWE Wrestlemania 35 news and rumours. We're going to take a look at some of the biggest stories out there at the moment as we get closer towards WrestleMania. So the first bit of news that I've got for you is that WrestleMania 35 will have a heated ring. The ring is actually going to have a generator, and that is going to provide hot air, and that's going to circulate around the ring. The reason for this, obviously, is to help the wrestlers. They're performing in New York, outdoors. I can't imagine the temperature is going to be that warm. So that's certainly one of the reasons. But of course, if it snows or if the weather turns bad, then at least the action should continue. If any snow lands on the ring or anything like that, the ring is going to be heated. That will allow WrestleMania to continue. They have done this. I think it was the last time that they were in New York. They had a heated ring. There's a really great video online of a bit of a behind-the-scenes chat with the man that actually makes the rings for WWE, and you can actually see him building a ring, and he's talking about the heated ring, and very, very cool. Talking about construction, here's an image as well that's been doing the rounds online. That is the latest image. I think it's about a day old now. Of the building of that WrestleMania stage. You can't see the stage too much, but you can see the ring, you can see that canopy that's over the top, and as we said, we are just days away. Right, next up, they have announced the 29 participants in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Of course, we know Braun Strowman's going to be in that. We know that the SNL guys are going to be in that. They've also announced the Hardy Boys are going to be in that, and so are Heavy Machinery. Lucha House Party are going to be involved. Bobby Roode, Chad Gable. There's quite a few tag teams that have gone into the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. But I think what's really interesting here is the fact that they've announced 29. That would kind of imply that there's one spot left for a massive return. Who could that be? Could it be Lars Sullivan? That's a bit of a guess on my part, but I think I know what Cena's doing. I think I know what Undertaker's doing, or certainly what the rumours imply. So it's hard to know who could be that 30th person. Could be a legend. Obviously, it could be someone like Kevin Owens, but I feel like they might have something else for Kevin Owens. So I feel like Lars Sullivan would be a really good fit here. He's not been seen. He would be a bit of a surprise. He's a big guy. The Battle Royal could come down to Braun and Lars, and that's a show-off that I would love to see. So, yeah, watch this space. There's clearly something big planned, because they've only announced 29 of the 30 participants. Could it be Gronk? Rob Gronkowski? That's another name that just jumped into my mind. Of course, he was in the Battle Royal, or got involved in the Battle Royal before. He's just announced his retirement. There's big rumours they would like to bring him in, so watch this space. Next up, John Cena. There's lots of rumours. Will Cena be there? Will Cena not be there? John Cena actually promised some youngsters, I think it was at the end of last year, that he would be at WrestleMania, and I just don't see him doing that if he wasn't going to be at WrestleMania. I've also heard rumours that his schedule clashes with WrestleMania. He will have known that at the end of last year, and again, I just don't think he would make those kinds of promises. So I fully expect to see Cena there, and personally, I think he's going to be involved in the Kurt Angle Baron Corbin storyline. I don't think anyone's happy with Baron Corbin being Kurt Angle's final opponent. It doesn't really make any sense. I really don't think Kurt Angle would choose Baron Corbin. It's Cena. It's got to be Cena. I really feel like Angle will win and then Cena will come down, or something along those lines, but I really feel like Cena's getting involved in that match. Next, you might have seen this, The Undertaker on Instagram showing off the fact that he's lost quite a bit of weight. I think he's lost about 25 pounds. And obviously showing off his healthy diet that he has now. And the hashtag, I ain't done yet, was very revealing. Of course, a lot of us thought we were going to see the Demon versus the Dead Man. We could see Undertaker, John Cena, but I really feel like that would be announced in advance. The story last year was that it was a last-minute match and Undertaker won. I don't think they would do that again this year, so I don't feel like that's happening. Sting, of course, has said that he would come back to face Undertaker. I don't think WWE would clear him, and honestly, at this point, I think the fans are a little 50-50 on it. Personally, I would love it, but when I was tweeting about it, there was quite a few people that didn't seem to be on board. I could see him interrupting Elias. That's sadly the most likely outcome. I think Elias always gets interrupted. I don't think they've got a match planned for Undertaker. I just think it's going to be a moment. Elias in the ring, lights go out, Undertaker comes out, people can be excited. I really think that's where we're heading. Next up, Finn Balor versus Bobby Lashley. It's not been announced yet, but the Demon should be making an appearance at WrestleMania. The reason I say that is because a lot of the promotional posters have shown Finn Balor as the Demon. This is newsworthy because, of course, he wasn't the Demon at last year's WrestleMania. You might think that they would use him as the Demon for all of the big shows, but it just hasn't been that way. And I really feel like this match needs it as well. We've seen Finn Balor versus Bobby Lashley a million times. Not even an exaggeration. Literally a million times. So it needs something different, and the Demon will certainly bring that. Next up, a lot of talk about that WrestleMania main event. This is the first time the women are going to headline the show. Much deserved, and it's going to be a really cool moment. But don't expect 4 horsewomen. Don't expect there to be a storyline of 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen, or the 4 horsewomen together celebrating, because Dave Meltzer said this is not happening. Well, at least as not happening can be, with Vince changing his mind every hour. It makes no sense with the direction that they're going in. So not sure what Dave knows there, but he seems to be implying that we're not going to see 4 horsewomen, 4 horsewomen. There could be a moment, I suppose, where we get them celebrating together. Personally, I expect Becky to pin Ronda and for Becky to become the new Raw Women's Champion. That would then mean that potentially all of the horsewomen, the WWE horsewomen, are holding championships at the end of the night. Of course, this image has been doing the rounds online as well, but again, I don't think Dave seems to be under the impression things are moving that way. It could, of course, be because Ronda is likely to step away from WWE after WrestleMania 35, but we will talk more about that in a second. In fact, let's talk about it now, because my next point is UFC. There's no way to avoid it. UFC is all over WrestleMania and all over the rumors for WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar, of course, used to be in the UFC, used to be the heavyweight champion. He is in a main event match against Seth Rollins. Ronda Rousey, of course, was in the UFC. She is in the actual main event. And even though she is likely to step away after WrestleMania, her contract apparently runs till 2021. So don't think she's going to be going away for good, but maybe don't expect to see her till SummerSlam time. The reason I say UFC is Conor McGregor just retired, or at least announced his retirement. Could we see him accompany, or even just a little video message at the start of Becky's entrance? Could we see him involved somehow with Becky Lynch? And then as well as that, Cyborg. Cyborg has been very vocal online. Cyborg is a bit of a rival to Ronda Rousey. They're kind of seen as the 2 all-time greats, and they never actually fought each other. That would be a dream match, but I don't think it's one that Ronda would want to get anywhere near. But to get inside Ronda's head, to wind her up a little bit more, Becky Lynch could come walking down with Cyborg. That would be pretty epic. And then, of course, we've got Travis Brown, the husband of Ronda Rousey, former UFC fighter. Will we see him? He's already been involved in the build. Will we see him involved at WrestleMania? And not even that, Daniel Cormier, the current reigning UFC heavyweight champion, wants Brock Lesnar. Apparently, he has put his retirement off so that he can fight Brock Lesnar in the UFC. He's even said he will go to WrestleMania and call out Brock in person. So, however you want to look at this, the UFC is all over this. Not only that, I know we just said there won't be 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen. Shayna Baszler, Jessamine Duke, Marina Shafir, they're all in the MMA 4 horsewomen. They could come out as well. This is basically a UFC show. Just a quick little rumour next. PW Insider are reporting that Hulk Hogan and Stone Cold Steve Austin are scheduled to appear at WrestleMania. It would make perfect sense. We've already seen Hulk Hogan a couple of times, obviously Crown Jewel, and then on Raw because of the sad passing of Mean Gene Okerlund. Stone Cold Steve Austin tends to get involved every once in a while. It's been a little while since we saw Stone Cold, so I could definitely see this happening. Couple more things to go through. Yolanda Adams. I don't know who she is, but apparently she won a Grammy. She's a Grammy award-winning gospel singer. She will be singing America the Beautiful. Not only that, Joan Jett, the legend that is Joan Jett, will be singing Bad Reputation live. That, of course, is Ronda Rousey's entrance music. So she is going to have a live rendition of Bad Reputation playing. Joan Jett actually singing and playing as Ronda makes her way down to the ring. That main event is going to be huge. Huge. They're going to go all out for that. Charlotte Flair normally gives us one of the best entrances anyway. And now she's in the first main event. First women's main event. I can't even begin to fathom what she's got in store. And I'm pretty sure Becky Lynch will have something up her sleeve. As we said, maybe a Conor McGregor, maybe a Cyborg, but certainly something. Final point I wanted to talk about was tag matches. At the time of recording this, there are no men's tag championship matches announced for WrestleMania. The rumour was the Usos against the Hardy Boys, but the Hardy Boys are actually in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So, yeah, kind of confusing as to what the plan is there, because you would expect at least one of those teams to have a match at WrestleMania. The Revival, of course, will be taking on Aleister Black and Ricochet on Raw. Nothing announced, I don't believe, for the Usos at this stage. I do kind of feel like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn might get involved. Kevin Owens, such a massive star. I can't believe he's not on this card at all at the moment. He's not even in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. So kind of feels like they might bring back Sami this week and we could get something there. I honestly don't know what the plan is when it comes to Raw. The Revival always seem to be a second thought, an afterthought. We know they've got a match against Ricochet and Aleister Black. Maybe they change the titles over. I don't know why they would do that. The whole thing is a mess. The tag division is a mess. The other thing I found out was apparently the reason that Trish and Lita aren't facing Sasha and Bayley as planned. That was a big match that was rumoured a few months ago. They are saving that for SummerSlam. SummerSlam, of course, will be in Toronto this year. That's where Trish is from. That will be a big match. That will be a big moment if that's what they're heading towards. And certainly that's the rumours that I've seen. Awesome, guys. There you go. That's a lot of the big stuff. We've covered Undertaker, Hogan, Cena, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. We've spoke about UFC. We've spoke about Rob Gronkowski. We've spoke about the fact the ring is heated. There's a lot of stuff that we've gone through there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. And hopefully, I'll see you on the WrestleMania live stream. because we are giving a lot of stuff away. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.